Defining resource rates in Oracle Cloud. Hi, I'm Linus, and in today's video you will learn how you can define a rate for an existing resource in Oracle Cloud's cost accounting application. So let's get right into it. We're in a demo environment again as Casey Brown, and Casey is going into cost accounting. If you haven't seen the last video, make sure to check this out right now, because there we went into work definitions to create the resource. Now we want to give it a cost. So we go into cost accounting, and the way that we manage resources in Oracle Cloud is through a cost scenario. If you're watching this complete course here, by now you should know how to create and manage cost scenarios. I will go and create a really quick one by just putting in the required fields, so we can then use it to define resource rates. So this scenario we'll call LE cost scenario 2. The cost organization will be US operations, and the cost book is financials. Then we select work definitions being main. Let me type this in and tab out. And the effective date will be as of today. Regular items, everything is fine. Save and close. If you want to see that in more detail, go back to the standard cost process training. There I explained everything in detail. Here right now we just want to research for our scenario. You see the one that we used before, cost scenario. This one here is completed successfully. And now we have a new cost scenario. This is very important because you need a new unpublished cost scenario to define your resource rates in it. Now here we click on the action arrow and then go to manage resource rates. And now that we're in here and manage resource rates, we can now click on plus inside of the cost scenario. Click on plus and add a new line for our resource. It will ask us for the plant, so for the manufacturing organization that we defined this resource in. Remember, we were in 001, and that is the same as Seattle. Now we can search for our resource. It shows right here, LE engineer, and the system automatically sees, this is labor. Now you can add your cost details down here. The cost element will be labor, for example, and what you can do here is selecting an expense pool. Expense pools enable you to see your costing data in more detail for your analysis purposes. For right now, just let's select anything, doesn't really matter, and give it a rate. You should still remember from the last step the unit of measure. We have this resource here measured in hours, so we want an hourly rate. Our hourly rate for this resource, let's say, is $80 per hour, and that is it. Again, you could add multiple lines here using different cost elements, different expense pools, and really building a good picture of how the cost for this resource is structured and how the different components work together. That is a great thing that you can do in Oracle Cloud, and I highly recommend that. But for our purposes here, this is a little bit too much right now. If you need help with that on your project, then just reach out to me directly using the link below. But for now, we just want to save and close this resource here. And if we research here, give it a blank search, it will show us our resource rate that we just defined for LE engineer, labor, $80 an hour, and so on and so on. Remember, we did not update this standard cost. We did not publish the scenarios, and we don't want to publish this scenario here yet, because in the next video we will create something called an overhead rate, and for that we want to use this cost scenario and this resource rate we just created. So make sure to watch the next video and the complete course here on panemir.com completely for free.